Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Just Joe Thoughts. And you know what? Today I want to talk to you guys about toxic behavior. So, what is toxic behavior? Toxic behavior is attitudes or characters that is harmful or negative or detrimental to yourself and others. It tends to manipulate and degrade others. It leads to a very hostile environment. Toxic behaviors can literally hurt and destroy communities. And today, I'd like to share with you something that came across me. I thought this was very, very interesting. From a young lady from Memphis, Tennessee. She go by the name of Glorilla. I'm sure many of you are familiar with her and her music. So let's take a listen.
Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy shit. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn this shit up a notch. Enjoy the rest of your 20s. You only get to do this shit one time.
Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you're delusional, turn it up a notch. That's what she said. That is crazy. This is the type of advice that young ladies are receiving today. And unfortunately, many will follow. Many will think that this is cool. This is how to be. If you are a fan of Glorilla, y'all need to cancel her. I mean, you young ladies, if you are a fan of Glorilla, y'all need to cancel her because she don't give a crap about you. She don't care about you. And many of you dumbasses are going to actually listen to this and follow this and think this is good advice because you're in your 20s, right? You only live once. Enjoy your 20s. Do whatever the hell you can, right, to enjoy yourself. She don't give a crap about you. She don't. Because she's telling you to throw away the prime years of your life. When somebody is telling you to be toxic, and I don't know if many of you understand what it is to be toxic. Being toxic behavior are behaviors that is detrimental not only to yourself, but to your environment, to your community, and many folks around you. Okay, it's not caring about people around you. It is doing whatever the hell you want. It is smoking as much you want, drinking as much you want, shaking your ass on the street or anywhere if you like. It is sleeping with anybody that you want. It is the hot girl summer, right? It is doing whatever the hell you want to do because it's fun, right? And this is what she's advising you to do in your 20s. Now, the problem with this, right? Let's say you decide to carry these behaviors in your 20s. You think you're going to just turn it off like a switch once you get 30? That now I'm 30, I'm going to put aside my toxic behaviors? Life doesn't work like that. You spend a whole decade behaving foolishly like a wild animal. And then you think once you're 30, you're going to be able to turn this off. Glorilla, she's a very, very young girl. She's a young woman. Okay, she's in her early 20s. I think 22 or 24, 20, somewhere around there, right? She's very young. She's not in a position to actually give you any advice. She's a recording artist that makes ratchet music. 15, 20 years ago, there is no way she would get a recording contract. Many of today's artists, there is no way they would have gotten a recording contract. Somehow, this type of music gets to hit our airwaves, and everyone seems to gravitate to this type of ratchet behavior. And for a lot of women, this is something that a lot of young girls, this is something that they actually enjoy listening to. They enjoy this type of ratchet nonsense, and all it's going to do is just cause you to ruin your life. A lot of women are literally locked up in jail or 6 feet under, unalive, because of ratchet behavior, because of some of the things that they're doing to some men that cannot control themselves and cannot tolerate such behaviors. So you risk literally losing your life. You risk literally preventing yourself from ever having a future, because we're in a time where everything is being recorded. So go ahead, if you want to carry these ratchet behavior, go ahead, be as toxic as you want to be. Somebody's recording it. All right. And then you think once you're in your 30s, some guy is going to want to settle down with you, when he can clearly go into your history and see how you behave and see that, oh, you have a long history. Oh yeah, you're very toxic. Oh, you let a lot of men run through you. Oh no, you have too much experience. A man is not going to deal with you. Not only a man, what job are you going to get? So when you're carrying toxic behaviors in your 20s and you trying to get yourself a decent job, they can clearly go into the internet and look at your history and see everything that you have done. And they would know, I'm not working with this person. See, a lot of the women today that are in their 30s and 40s, they lucked out because they didn't grow up with a smartphone everywhere they went that is literally recording everything about their lives. So a lot of them were able to escape some of their ratchet behavior because nobody was there to record it. And a lot of them today are complaining and cannot find a man, cannot get the opportunities that they want in life because they ruined their best years. So anyone who give you advice to just ruin your best years, right, when you're in your 20s, that's when you are at your most beautiful. That's when you're pretty much capable of obtaining whatever it is that you want. And if you're smart and you take advantage at a very young age, then there's a lot that you can accomplish at that age. But if you want to go ahead and be ratchet and be toxic, be as toxic as you want to be. It's up to you. This is your life to live. You know, I'm not going to knock you, but that is your choice, your decision, and you will suffer the consequences for it. So if you want to follow this nonsense, this so-called advice to just be toxic in your 20s, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not going to stop being toxic in your 20s. You're going to continue to be toxic in your 30s. All right? So think about that. Just your thoughts. Peace.